Good afternoon, Meadow Mustangs. Welcome to our very first and hopefully only virtual Robur assembly. So due to our unusual circumstances of school dismissal, we had this assembly originally planned a couple of weeks ago. So we wanted to do a virtual assembly to bring to you and show you who our newest inductees into the House of Robur are. So let's find out and do a quick refresher about what it means to be in Robur and how you get nominated into Robur.
Being a star student in the House of Robur at Meadow Elementary means having strength, being triumphant, having accomplishments, and being resolute. We're never giving up and giving it your best, all the way, even when things are hard. This is the back of the coin that our House of Robur students get that shows all of our houses, Arabesco, Fidelis, Fidus, Probitas, Virtus, Amicus, and Dotatum, and shows all the characteristics that these houses stand for. Robur students show all of these characteristics at all times, most importantly when people aren't watching.
To me, being in the House of Robur means you stand up for what is right all of the time, even if you're the only one. Being a member of the House of Robur is an honor. You are someone who is honest and courageous, who doesn't need to be reminded to make the right decision. You are someone who will always be ready to help another person. Being in Robur means that you will always do better than your best. You will never quit. You will work hard. You are a leader and someone who is respected by everyone.
To me, being a part of the House of Robur means you exemplify all of the house traits. You don't just show them once in a while. Exemplify means you try your best to be an example all of the time. Nobody is perfect, but to be in the House of Robur, people need to be able to trust that you will always do your best to be a good example of all of the traits in all situations, not just when you think someone is looking. Sometimes it's hard, but people in the House of Robur do hard things.
Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Kitchen, the house leader of Robur. Being in Robur is so much fun, and I'm going to tell you about some of the activities that we get to do. You will have the opportunity to meet a lot of new friends. We meet once a month for some fun activities. One of them is to make a personalized ceiling tile that hangs up in the satellite building. We get to go swimming at the Legacy Center. We go bowling at Jack and Jill's. We get to have a yummy hot cocoa bar. We have a lot of team building activities, and we get to participate in school and community service projects.
And now it's time to see who our first student is that we are putting into the House of Robur. This student comes from the House of Amicus. Some things some teachers said about this student were that they were always a respectful example to teachers and students, and that you can tell that students really look up to them. And our new Robur student is... This student comes from the House of Fidelis. Some things said about them were that they were always looking for ways to help others and can always be counted on to do the right thing at the right time at all times. And our new Robur student is...
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated, all tied up.
This student comes from the House of Fidus. Some things said about them were that they are a natural-born leader, listener, and student, and that they seek out opportunities to help others. And our new Robur student is...
Fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy.
This student comes from the House of Probitas. Comments about them were that they let their actions show their character and that they know that influence comes from doing what is right. And our new Robur student is... This student comes from the House of Amicus. Comments about them were that they always have a fantastic attitude and is consistent and hardworking with everything that they do. And our new Robur student is... This student comes from the House of Arabesco. Comments about them were that they are very respectful and thoughtful in their interactions with others. They never do anything but their very, very best. And our new Robur student is... This student comes from the House of Fidus. Comments about them were that they care with their whole heart and is one of the friendliest kids ever. They are observant and work very, very hard. And our new Robur student is...
Wait, what house number was this?
77.
Mama said, fulfill the prophecy, be something great. Go make a legacy, manifest destiny. Back in the days, we wanted everything, wanted everything. Mama said, don't give up. It's a little complicated, all tied up. No more love.
This student comes from the House of Probitas. Comments about them are that they lead by example and can frequently be seen befriending others. When they see a need to act, they fill that need. And our new Robur student is...
Mama said, don't give up, it's a little complicated.
Again, congratulations to our newest Robur students. We want to congratulate you and welcome you into the House of Robur. Now remember, even though, like I said at the beginning, this is not normal, typical times, and this isn't how we would normally do our Robur assembly, but unique circumstances kind of call for thinking outside of the box and being creative with how we do things. So we hope that you enjoyed our virtual online Robur assembly. And remember, even though we're in school dismissal right now and we're not actively earning house buttons during the school dismissal time period, you can still show all of your house characteristics at home while you're working online with your family and parents. Have a great day, Meadow Mustangs, and we love you, and air high five.